Well, here's a message to Mayor Eric Adams and Governor Hochul. Yeah, crime in our streets, in our subways. You think our city is okay after this incident? This is this is unexcusable to the situation. And if you're hearing this, and I do apologize for my voice, I'm getting over a cold. This happened right on coming into Christmas week, depending on when you watch this particular story. And, I have no words for it. I mean, for something like this to happen, and this is the dangers that we've been warning you. We've been telling you day after, video after video, day after day. Crime has not gone away. There is no it's safer streets right now. Oh, these are isolated incidences. Bullshit. We have a migrant situation, illegal migrant situation, which are causing a lot of crimes. We have a homeless population, a lot of them with mental issues on our streets right now, and we have that's another major problem. And then we have those who are of the actual criminal element, besides the illegal immigrants that are criminals, that are also doing these crimes on our streets and in the underground sections in our subways itself. When will our politicians here in New York City stop these grandstanding saying, well, we've done very well for ourselves, and realizes that we do have a problem that needs boots on the ground and we need legislation? And what I'm talking about is out on Stillwell in Coney Island. If you're familiar with Coney Island out in the Brooklyn area, it is a massive train hub. And actually, it is a last stop and a starting section, and especially that the depot is right behind it as well. So you have a lot of subways who are just sitting there for momentarily starting their run, or just arriving into the station to empty out riders into the Coney Island area. Seems like somebody had decided to light a match and toss it onto a woman sleeping on the subway. And yes, she didn't survive it. She literally, there is a video out there running. We cannot show you, obviously, for obvious reasons. We wouldn't do that. You saw the thumb photo. We put a sensor over that as well. But basically, from what I see, it's a horrible thing to see someone burnt alive. It is horrible. And, condolences to her family, that basically that they're going to be going through this situation. And the person that did it is still out there as of the 22nd. That's Sunday, about 3 p.m. Eastern on the East Coast. So when this video airs, things might have changed. There might be an arrest, or there might be a dragnet looking for this person. But we're going to read this off of the New York Post. Sleeping subway rider burnt alive on the F train after crazed attacker tosses a lit match on her, police sources. A sleeping subway rider burnt to death on an F train in Coney Island Sunday morning after a madman threw a lit match on her, causing her to burst into flames, police sources said. NYPD officers responded to the reports of a fire just before 7:30 a.m. at the Coney Island Stillwell Avenue subway station and found the woman engulfed in fire while sitting on an idle F train, police told the New York Post. She was found with liquor bottles surrounding her, though it was not immediately cleared if they played any part of the fire, sources say. Investigators believe that the woman was sleeping when a man sitting across from her got up, walked by her, and threw a match on her, engulfing her in fire, sources say. The man, believed to be in his 20s, then fled the stations, the sources added. Police extinguished the fire and the EMS declared the woman dead at the scene, police said. Sunday morning, the horrifying attack comes as Governor Kathy Hochul deployed an additional 250 National Guard troops into New York City subways for the holiday season and beyond, swelling the New York Army's National Guard 100 million subway deployments to 1,000 troops.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Some 8 million visitors were expected to travel to the Big Apple over the holidays. This will detract more people from not coming. I'll tell you that for a fact. Hochul insisted her controversial first deployment of the National Guard troops in the subways in March has led to a dramatic drop in transit crime. Bullshit. Noting that the subway crime has dipped 10%. Despite the governor's efforts, murders in New York City subways were up at least 60% this year, according to the data collector in September. 8 people were killed on subway cars or in stations as of September 8th, up from just 5 from the same period last year, according to NYPD data. The F train terror was the only the latest attack in a bloody 24 hours on the New York City transit system. Argument between 5 men and a southbound 7 train on Woodside Avenue and 61st Street in Queens turned deadly just after midnight Sunday. During the fight, a 69-year-old man stabbed one person in the chest and another in the face, police said. The men stabbing in the chest died at the hospital, police said. The suspect was in custody awaiting charges. Several hours later at 4:30 a.m. on a northbound train, D train was put out of service after a passenger became irate and threw a can at a conductor. The conductor, a 30-year-old man, was taken to Columbia Presbyterian Hospital and was in stable condition, police said. The suspect was not arrested in the attack, police added. And also, this brings back to the situation of Daniel Penny and Jordan Neely. And people will tell you out there that they're upset to the situation, that they didn't like the acquittal of Daniel Penny. But this is the situation that we have to deal with on our subways on a daily basis. The fault here in the death of Jordan Neely wasn't because Daniel Penny choked him to death. If you look at what happened in the case itself and you saw what the evidence was, the true... both Daniel Penny and Jordan Neely are victims in this situation. And the reason is that you have someone who have had mental illness. And you have people coming out like his father saying, well, I'm going to sue Daniel Penny. Father hasn't been in the picture in a long time. The family haven't been in the picture in a long time because Jordan Neely was on the streets of New York. He had a chance to clean himself up to the situation, but he walked out of the place he was staying at, which he was supposed to be there via what the court had told him. This man was on medications, the situation, and nobody cared to the situation that he was back on the streets. This is someone who's attacked many people on there because of his mental illness. The city of New York has failed him on there. Our justice system had failed him. They didn't keep him in the home that he was supposed to stay in. And this is what many people on the streets of New York that we're going through. We have people like D.A. Bragg who are prosecuting people for defending themselves or defending others on our streets of New York, on our subways. I mean, we had that a while back where the guy who worked at a deli, the person didn't have enough money to pay, the woman didn't have enough money to pay for chips and on her card, and the guy said, well, no, I can't, approve the sale. She got upset, went out, got her boyfriend. Boyfriend came back, attacked him. The shop employee defended himself, ended up killing that person. And what happened? They went after that shop owner. Luckily he was acquitted to the situation. But this is going on day in, day out. And it's pick and choose. There's another story similar to this out of Brooklyn where another person who was on the subway where another homeless person went a little crazy, started to attack his girlfriend, defended his girlfriend, and ended up stabbing the guy to death. What happened with that case? Literally, grand jury just threw it out. They found that there was no evidence that basically that he intentionally wanted to murder this homeless man. That literally he was defending himself and defending the people on the subway. So what's the difference between Daniel Penny and the person in Brooklyn? Color of skin. So that tells you we have a problem in our judicial system. We have a problem in our judicial system, our mental health systems, the hospitals, this is this, our home, the networks that take care of our homeless. We have money taken away from the homeless people and put into the illegal migrant situation. Yes, this is what's happening out there. And it's not only in New York. You heard the people of Chicago screaming the same thing out there. You have California. They've changed the law for shoplifting in that situation for the better. That they will be making more arrests on shoplifters in the state of California. And the politicians don't like that. We need to bring back law and order. We need to take control of our streets, especially here in New York. Police our streets properly. If someone is out there sick, homeless, they need to be helped. Especially if they're going through mental illness or drug abuse. Because we do have a big fentanyl problem on the streets of New York. We have drugs that literally can turn you to zombie and start to deteriorate your body. You've seen that here in New York. You've seen that in Philadelphia. You've seen that on this show itself. We've shown you the videos. And this continues to happen. And when people try to step in to try to stop this, they demonize those people and call them racists, Nazis, and stuff like that for what they're doing. They said, no, we got to help the people from outside our country and stuff like that. Listen, if people want to come here legally into the United States, you come in legally. If you come in illegally, you've already violated a crime, whether you're a man, woman, or child. From what we understand, there are over 500,000 children somewhere on the streets of whatever city that have been missing that came over that border. Where are they? Government doesn't want to look for them. Hopefully this new administration will start to do that. And hopefully, because we have an election coming up in the near future for this coming year, 2025, and we have the governor elections in 2026, that things will change. Remember, almost 45% of New York turned red in this past election. Yeah, they voted for Donald Trump. Shows you what is going on in this city. New York is one of the strongest liberal cities in New York, next to Chicago and next to California. For almost half of the people to vote Republican, there is an issue in New York City and it has to be resolved. So let me know in the comments below on this tragedy that happened in our subways and how our lawmakers are literally just sweeping it under the rugs. How many more bodies do you need before you sit and said, yeah, there's a problem? How many more? How many more innocent people need to die? How many more innocent people are going to be sent to jail for trying to protect others when someone just goes ape berserk on the subways or on the streets of New York? So let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Even if you don't live in New York, you live outside New York, or if you live outside the United States, I would like to hear your thoughts on that. So don't forget to like, share this video, and hopefully today's the day I earn your subscription. So have yourself a happy, Merry Christmas, safe holiday, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. We'll see you on the next video, probably on the opposite end into 2025. So hopefully my cold will be gone by then. So until next time, thank you for tuning in, and so long.